Ja, det är återigen dags för Brewskival i Helsingborg. Klockan är 1:15 ungefär och solen skiner, det är lite ostadigt, morgondagen finns risk för regn, men nu är vi igång. Det var ganska struligt här vid Early Bird-entrén. De fick slut på band och massa grejer och folk blev ganska upprörda. Klockan är som sagt 10, jag kom in här nu, men vi ska vara inne vid 12 redan. Så för oss som inte vill stå i den andra kön. Man kan ju hämta ut sitt band innan på Barski, men inte alla som har möjlighet till det. Så det är riktigt dåligt organiserat i år. Men nu släpper vi det och nu ska jag leta upp lite härlig öl här och härliga människor i vimlet. Så häng på!
Nice meeting you!
Hi!
Hi Glenn! Welcome to Helsingborg in Sweden.
Thank you!
Is this your first time here?
Actually, it isn't. I think, I'm not sure how many years ago, it could have been 10 years ago, I did a beer maker's dinner here.
Oh, right.
I even forgot the restaurant where it was, but I do remember that we visited like a coffee roastery then, which is now Barski.
Oh, all right.
So it was before Barski was around, so, but I've been here once.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, speaking of beer maker's dinner, I know a place in Malmö that would really suit your beers. Excellent chef, excellent pairing capacity. So
I love that.
So I would love to have Alvinne visiting Malmö for a beer mix dinner or tap takeover, because Alvinne is one of my favorite Belgian breweries.
Thank you.
But right now, on top of mind, I have forgot where you're based in Belgium.
We're based in the Flemish-speaking part of Belgium, but really close to the French border.
Okay.
Like, yeah, the town is called Moon. Could actually be a Swedish town. I mean, it sounds really Swedish in a way, but it's like, yeah, it's really in the corner of Belgium, just before you enter France. So,
and you're not a lambic brewery, but you focus on sour beers.
Yeah,
mostly.
What we do is mixed fermentation. Yeah. So we have our own yeast culture, mixed culture, which I didn't. I can't take the credits for that. That's my partner in the brewery, Mark. He's like a dairy engineer, and when he was a hobby brewer, he actually, collected yeast strains from flowers and trees and stuff like that. Yeah. So the originality of the yeast is actually somewhere in France, in the Auvergne region, and then he started isolating until he had a culture that was what he wanted, started homebrewing with it. And when he entered the brewery, he was like, okay, I'm gonna put some money down, I want to be a partner, but there's one condition: you need to brew some beers with my yeast. And then 15 years later, turns out that the yeast is actually what everyone knows us about.
Yeah, so it's a very
even when he was
yeast.
When he was a home brewer, he already named the yeast. Like for him, it's his child.
Yeah.
The yeast is still at his house, so it's not at the brewery to start. The mother culture is at his house, so he will starts from the mother culture at his house, then brings it to the brewery, and then we propagate it in the brewery, and it takes about a week to have enough to start the first.
Yeah. Whenever you have a beer that you don't know is Alvinne and you taste it, I recognize this.
It's recognizable. Yeah.
This is Alvinne. Because the yeast is so.
It's really an identity.
Yeah, it's really memorable. So what's in the pipeline for Alvinne in the future here now? What's happening in Belgium, and how's the situation now with the? We have a huge inflation here in Sweden.
Yeah, but same in Belgium. Yeah. So it's of course like every brewer. These are not the most easy times, of course. You have pandemic, the war, the energy prices, inflation, shit like that. But you need to adapt. I mean, you can sit in a corner and cry about it, or you just keep on doing what you're doing, and as long as you're passionate and there's money on the bank, then you just continue. But what's happening? Well, this year we actually will start our 20-year anniversary.
All right.
So we started contract brewing in 2003, and we became officially brewery in 2004, December 2004. So between now, August, and December 24, we're gonna do a lot of events to celebrate this 20 years.
So just a big year of celebration.
Yeah. But I'd rather do, we could have done like one big thing or a lot of smaller things, and I prefer to do a lot of smaller things. Somehow it's more fun.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I'm really glad that you took the time to have this little chat with me. But now we're not done. We're done for this segment of the vlog. But now we're going to do some quiz question also from a beer calendar that you will have to wait to see how that goes in December. But for now, for this time, we'll say cheers and thank you for the little interview.
Cheers.
And now we have got a hold of Johann.
Yo.
From the Brothers Brewery.
The Brothers Brewery, Vestmannaeyjar, Iceland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who are the brothers?
So
who do we miss?
Yeah. So the brothers actually, it was me and a friend of mine getting drunk in a summer house back in 2012, and we looked at the bottle of a beer and the bottle said 4 ingredients, and we said, hey, 4 ingredients. We cannot fuck this up. So we decided on starting home brewing, and we decided on taking our brothers. So I was going to take my brother, and he was going to take his brother. Okay. It actually ended up being now my brother-in-law and his brother, and this friend of mine is not here in Sweden, but he's in Iceland and still a part of the Brothers Brewery. But it's all because we were just drinking beer and having fun.
Okay, so 4 ingredients, and hey, we can do this.
Yeah, we can do this. We started homebrewing back in 2013. We were homebrewing for a couple of years. Then we started selling beer at a local restaurant. Started selling beer at a local restaurant in 2016 in our hometown. Like, our hometown is only a small town of a population of 4,600 people, and it's a small island on the south coast of Iceland. So you go to Iceland, and then you have to take a boat to go to our island. And from the restaurant, we started always being sold out, so we started making more beer, and ended up opening up a tap room and a brewery back in 2017. Wow. And we have expanded that into another building, and a building that we bought in 2019, and a bigger brewery and everything like that. So now we have a tap room and a place for about 100 people that can come together in our tap room, and it's packed over summertime and everything like that, and yeah, quite a big brewery in downtown Vestmannaeyjar.
Oh. Well, you really got me intrigued of going to this island right now. I've never been to Iceland. It's on the list of want-to-go places because it seems like a really cool island. But yeah, you're also here with. You're not the only Icelandic brewery. RVK is also here.
Yeah, there are 2 others. There's Malbik, and then
Malbik is also here. Right?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, Malbik and RVK. Both of those breweries are from Reykjavik or are in Reykjavik. There are. When we got our first license, I think we were craft brewery number 6 or something like that when we got our license in 2016. Now there are around 26 Icelandic breweries, craft breweries around Iceland. Even though our town is small, there's a brewery in a town with a population of 300 people, and they have a brewery, and that place it's amazing. It's a very small brewery and everything like that, but just coming there, it's pretty much there's nothing there except the brewery, and I think
this has got to have to do that you weren't allowed to buy alcohol in Iceland up until 1989.
Yeah, it was 1989. 1st of March 1989 was the day of beer. So you could actually buy alcohol. You could buy hard alcohol, you could buy vodka and whiskey and red wine and white wine and everything like that. But you could not buy beer. So beer was just not allowed until 1989. So So we started getting beer in 1989. You could see like in the 1990s you had Anchor and all of these huge breweries like popping up and getting new breweries in the States and everything. Like the craft movement in the States was starting in the 1990s. We were just getting beer. And but the craft scene has been booming for the last 10 years. And like I said, now it's 26 breweries. They are located all around Iceland, so you can actually just come to Iceland and you can just do the ring road and just go to the breweries, and that is a lot of fantastic breweries.
You can do a pub round in one day, or
no, you cannot do.
Iceland is not that small.
No, Iceland is not that small.
No.
It's 1,400 kilometers driving the ring road, the road around Iceland. It's 1,400 kilometers. So do it in maybe 5 days. Go to a couple of breweries, drink a lot of beers, but also you need to. You would also need to go to our island. So you actually go off the ring road. You go on a boat. You go to our island, and you're pretty much stuck on an island. So drink a lot of beer and have fun in our hometown.
This sounds like a future beer trip for me.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. There's pretty much nothing in Reykjavik, but there's a lot of fun if you go outside of Reykjavik and go out to the outside breweries and everything. Of course, Malbik and Narvik, they are in Reykjavik, and they're good breweries. They're fantastic. Yeah,
I'm glad to see that we have so many Icelandic breweries here. Malbik and RVK has been at the MBCC.
Yeah.
Have you been there also at MBCC?
No, we were invited 1 year, but we were unable to come. And then last year, that was our first year here. Then we were first Icelandic brewery here, and now there are 3, which is fantastic. We also make our own beer festival, so we have a beer festival 21st and 22nd of June next year, 2024, in our hometown. That brings about 24, and out of that is maybe 18 Icelandic breweries. So that is a big festival in Iceland, but it's only 400 people or something like that. It's a very small festival, nothing like this.
I'm always intrigued by how you're such a small island, not that huge population, but you always try to find the people to do it. You have a soccer team that making good. You have the handball team that wins the Olympic gold, and you have all these breweries. Yeah. So how do you manage? I don't know.
I think there's just a lot of power that is in the people and everything like that. That is just and we just like it's. We have like 8 months of bad weather. Like we have a couple of months there are no lights. There's no lights. There's just like 4 hours of daylight and everything like that. It's just so we need something to do something, and then we manage to do a lot of things like that. Like going to the World Cup, for example. That is something that we're the smallest nation going to the World Cup in soccer. Yeah. The women's team has also gone to the European Cup. I don't think they have not gone to the World Cup, but always very close. So there's a lot of things that is about this island, but our island is better than Iceland. It's about our island. The 4,300, 600 people that live in our island. That's the best island. The soccer coach that got Iceland to the World Cup, that's our local dentist.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He
the
did.
Dentist.
He used to be the dentist before he got Iceland to the World Cup. Now he's the coach for Jamaica.
All right.
Yeah. So.
Well.
But he's just our local dentist, and you can see him around and everything like that. When he comes to our hometown, we just, hey, how are you? No problem. It's a small island.
Well, yeah. Yeah, this is so fun hearing all this from you, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the festival here.
We will do. We will have a lot of fun. It's this is a fantastic festival. It's a lot of good people, and that's what it's all about. It's about coming together with a lot of like fantastic breweries and good people behind the breweries, and they are all here just making good beer, drinking good beer, and having fun, and that's what it's all about.
And I hope to see you in Iceland
definitely.
next time.
Definitely.
So I really need to go there
Definitely.
soon. So,
Just come.
So thanks a lot and cheers.
Cheers.
Välkomna till Brewskivalen. Återigen får vi kanske säga, ni har varit här förr va?
Det var första gången.
Är det första gången? Ja. Okej. Ja. Jag kommer inte ihåg vilka bryggerier som har varit här när så, men då är ju frågan hur upplever du Brewskivalen än så länge?
Så långt så bra. Väldigt känt att se så många folk. Det är en väldigt stor festival. Så det var jättekul att det är så mycket intresse runt craft.
Ja. Vad har ni med från Nøgne? Jag såg att ni har en ganska kraftig barley här nu, Jacob's Ladder på just nu.
Vi har Jacob's Ladder som är en barley wine som är lagrad på bourbon i 1 år. Och så kör vi Cybernetic Consumption som är en triple dry hopped imperial IPA på 12%. Och så senare så kör vi Maroon som är en Flanders Red Ale Reserve. 4 år på rödvin. Imorgon så har vi världens lansering på Teardrop for Oscar som är en barrel aged akevitt stout. Så kör vi Unpucked, vår nya quad och Classic Lager.
Ja. Jag hör att jag måste titta förbi ganska ofta här i båset. Ja, men vi ser lite Nøgne som dyker upp i systemet här ibland. Senast var Nordic Noir tror jag, nummer 2. Men även, jag har ju fördelen att bo i Malmö och där på Bishop så har det varit väldigt mycket Nøgne. Det är alltid Nøgne där på. Ja, precis. Men några som jag har saknat de senaste åren från Nøgne, det är ju era juler. Okay. De har vi inte sett på... De heter väl God Jul och... vad hette den andra? Nu har jag helt glömt bort den.
God Jul, Röd Jul, Grön Jul, Vit Jul, Brun Jul, Julekvad. Man har 12 försäljare.
Ja, ni har en hel...
Men i år så kommer det också på Keycake allesammans.
Okay.
Och då är det mycket lättare att sända till Sverige.
Ja.
Så förhoppningsvis så kommer det nog till Bishop Arms.
Ja, men jag hoppas det också.
Vi ska snacka med Neptunium och säga det till er.
Ja, det är de som plockar in Nøgne.
Neptunium och Man in the Moon i Stockholm.
Ja, okej. Ja. Vad händer för Nøgne framöver? Har ni några stora planer?
Akkurat nå så har vi vokst ut av bryggeriet igjen, så vi må utvide med flere gjæringstanker. Og det kommer jo veldig mye kult fra fatlagringsprogrammet til Nøgne fremover. Da satt vi jo akkurat Swing the Cat og Jacob's Ladder, og så kommer jo Teardrop nå. Og så har vi en veldig kul collab sammen med Stefan, som er en sour bock. Så vi lager suröl med Weinstefan. Det är jättekul.
Så det var därför du var så bra på Weinstefan i mitt ölkalenderquiz som ni kommer få se i december alltså.
Vi importerar Weinstefan till Norge.
Ja, okej.
Vi har väldigt gott förhåll till Weinstefan.
Ja. Ja, men de är klassiskt bryggeri, jättestabilt, jättegott.
Det är fantastiskt.
Men får vi någon Dark Horizon framöver här?
Dark Horizon blir sluppet på bryggeriet 14. oktober. Dark Horizon nummer 8. Vi har med Dark Night som är vår stora in-house event. Då släppes det 100 biljetter och då kommer det folk från hela världen på den första smaken av Dark Horizon.
Ja. Vilket datum är det?
14. oktober.
14. oktober.
Så kommer på Vinmonopolet i sista helgen i oktober.
Ja. Jag har någon vän som jobbar i Norge så jag hoppas kunna lägga på stopp en flaska där innan den kommer till Sverige. Så. Jag kommer tyvärr inte ha möjlighet att besöka Norge under det datumet. Men himla stort tack för att du tog dig tid och snackade lite här och att du gjorde quizet också. Det ska bli spännande att se hur långt du kommer möta andra europeiska. Vi har Neon Raptor och Black Brute kommer att tävla. Kanske emot om de hamnar i samma grupp.
Så länge jag slår Bastian på Black Brute så är jag happy.
Jag kan säga att kommer ni i samma grupp kommer man riktigt tajt.
Cool.
Men stort tack. Nu ska vi gå och prova lite Jacob's Ladder för mig här.
Fantastiskt.